What's going on, guys? FlickFi here, and welcome back to another episode of my FIFA 16 West Ham career mode. We're going to start off today's episode with a press conference, but before we get into that, I want to thank you all so much for the support and the ratings that you left on yesterday's video, the introduction. It was beyond my expectations, and I just couldn't believe the support that you guys were giving, so thank you all so much for that. And if we can match anything close to that in today's video, that would be very much appreciated. But let's get into the press conference. So when it comes down to press conferences, I'm going to keep it limited to 5 questions for each press conferences, just to keep it short and concise for you guys. If you left a question in the previous video, it doesn't mean I've disregarded it, just means I might answer it at a later time. But the first question for today basically asks what my goals are as a manager, and to be completely honest, I just want to take this club as far as I can possibly take it. I plan on sticking around for the long haul, and I don't think I'll be switching clubs up to another European competition anytime soon. So ideally, I'd like to bring this club to the top of the Premier League, top of the Champions League, and just a global powerhouse. Our next question has to do with Mr. Mark Noble and his role as the captain for this team. And there's no one else on this team that I have more confidence in to serve the role as captain than Mark Noble. He scored the only goal in yesterday's episode, and that goes to show that he steps up when we need him to step up. He's got experience for the team. He's been around the club forever. That's what I look for in a captain. Connor asked what my thoughts were getting kicked out of the preseason tournament, and to answer that question, I wasn't too bummed out about it because I thought of it as an opportunity to try out the squad, get used to this role as the manager for West Ham, and just experiment a little bit. And hopefully now we'll be ready for once the Premier League comes around, we can start picking up some wins in the league where it's important. Our last 2 questions have to do with our striker situation, and that's where you guys are going to come into play. What I'm going to ask you guys to do is in the comment section below, put who you would like me to sell from this team. Not keep from this team, but rather sell it. So if you want me to sell Zarate, put it in the comment section, and if enough votes are for Zarate, we're going to look to sell him and then hopefully bring in a younger prospect, because in my opinion, we just have too many older strikers on this team. And that's going to wrap up the press conference for today. If you would like your question featured in the next press conference, make sure to put it in the comment section below, and I'd be happy to answer it. Now, I've added a few people to my shortlist, and as I said in the previous episode, I think we need the most work in the defense as well as the midfield. And I think my main target is going to be Conglo. If we can sign him up, I'd be really happy with that. And I'm looking to add a little bit of experience at the left back position. That's why I have this 25-year-old and 26-year-old left backs. I think they could rotate into the team and give us a little bit more depth and experience in the back to go along with Agbana and Reed. And then for the center mid position, I think our main target has to be Tolisso or Brazor, though I'm going to see how much they're wanting for the enquired price, and then we'll kind of go from there. And I decided to have my first go at training. Looks like some of the players did pretty well. Antonio did extremely well in the dribbling. He did get an A, and Obiang got a B as well, in addition to Sacco. So we're going to continue training throughout the season. Hopefully our players progress nicely. So I've inquired about a number of players, and the values are really ranging from pretty low price to pretty high prices. Conglo, I really wanted to pick him up because his inquired value is only 6.5. Unfortunately, the Feyenoord is in talks with other teams, so they have rejected our offer. Doesn't look like we're going to have to pick him up, so we're going to have to find another option at the center back position. But we actually have had a little transfer offer accepted for Iheanacho. And for only $1 million, he's going to be a future star for us. I think I'm going to send him out on loan on a 2-year deal just so we can develop. And I figure for $1 million, why not? We can get a player that has up to 88 potential. And we're going to give him his contract demands. If all goes well, he'll accept this. And it looks like Iheanacho wants a bigger role in the club. We'll revise his contract offer and sort that out. And we've received a transfer offer for Koyate, and I'm going to just reject it straight up because he seems to be a fan favorite for you guys. We've got a transfer offer here for Winston Reed. And I think in order for us to give him up, we have to get at least double his real value. I'm going to say 11 million. If Hertha BSC Berlin do fork up that much, you know, we can get a pretty suitable replacement for that. And Iheanacho has accepted our contract deal for 1 million and 6 grand a week. We've got a really suitable player that has a lot of potential. Fenerbahce has accepted our transfer offer for Erkin. So now we have to get into the contract negotiations, and he has pretty high wages, but I'm going to start with his expected 60 grand a week, the 3-year deal. We'll give him the crucial first team player and see if he accepts that. Hertha Berlin is not willing to budge on their counter offer of 6 million, so we're just going to reject their offer. And no surprise here, Erkin does not want to relocate easily, so he wants more money. we'll sort that out and hopefully sign him up on a long-term deal. It took a bit of persuading, but Erkin has accepted a deal for 80 grand a week, and he is going to be a really strong defender for us for a couple years until he hits his prime, and then maybe we'll sell him off when he reaches his potential. We'll take a look at Erkin in the squad, and he's a big improvement from Cresswell, 78 rated with some great stats. Mental and physical stats are on point, as well as skill attributes, and I think he's got the ability to really play anywhere on the pitch, not just at the defense. I've taken a look at the scouting page for the first time, and it appears that scouts are much cheaper this year, only 2.8 million for a 5-star scout. That's a no-brainer. I'm gonna sign him up. And I'm gonna let you guys decide where to send our scout. In the description is a link to a straw poll. Go ahead and click on that link, and it'll have a couple different countries. The one that ends up on top is where we're gonna send our scout. The time has finally come. It is now opening day against Arsenal. Of course, West Ham managed to achieve a big win in real life against Arsenal. Hoping to replicate that in FIFA. This is the team we've got to work with. Come on, you Irons. Oh, Moses has created a little bit of space for himself. He's going to get inside the box. Slide tackle coming in, and it's a clean tackle by Arsenal. They get away with that one, but we're going to pick it right back up. Play it in the center, and can we get a shot off? That's a decent shot. Who was that? Whoever it was that Noble? Picking up another goal. He has played so huge. The captain stepping up, and we get an outside the box shot right there. Just smashes it by Petr Cech. No way he's going to get to that. No, that is a soft penalty right there. And the ref gives it to him. Now Arsenal has a chance to tie things up. All we can hope for is that he puts it wide, but that is the softest penalty I've seen all day. We worked so hard to get a goal too and get the lead. And now Alexis to step up. And we save it. That is what I'm talking about. Adrian, you legend. Payet's going to try to play it through, and it's the Zarate kid who's unable to get to it. I think he might have been offsides. Indeed he was. It's Theo Walcott to send in a cross, and that one on target, but Adrian pulls off the save. It's another corner kick for Arsenal. They're bringing the pressure, guys, but we got to hold on for 20 more minutes. This is the last chance for Arsenal to try to break us down. We just have to hold strong for one more attack. Ozil with a fake shot. And that's got to be it. Adrian should just be able to hang on. That should be the final whistle. And there it is. We pick up a 1-0 result away from home. That's a big win for us. And 3 points to start the season. Can't go wrong with that. We've got a transfer offer here for Zarate. 4.8 million from Mainz. I'm going to counter with 6 million. And if they're willing to accept that, that would be a pretty decent bit of business. We can maybe add another new striker. We've got our second and final match of the episode against Leicester City, the counter-attacking kings of the Premier League. And in the next episode, I'll have 2 more matches to show you guys, as well as whatever other business we're going to do in the summer transfer window. And that should even up pretty well for us and have some good episode lengths. Now that's a bad deflection right there. And Dyer's going to put it away. That is probably the worst deflection I've experienced playing the full game thus far. It goes straight to Dyer, and it's an easy finish for him. Leicester is up 2 minutes into the game. What can you say about that? This is our first free kick of the season, and Payet might be able to curl this in. We're going to get about 2.5 bars of power. And what a shot, but what a save by Schmeichel. That was a perfectly placed free kick. Mara's on the ball. He's looking to beat us on the wing, utilizing that pace of his. Lays it off to Conte. He's going to play it inside. Some good defense. And again, Conte on the ball. He's going to play it off, and it's another goal for Leicester. They just make you pay for all the mistakes you make. And I swear, Leicester has been so much more difficult to play against than Arsenal was. Come on. What a ball. Just sweat it across. Finish that. Oh, the keeper makes the save again. Are you kidding me? And then, of course, clear to nobody. And a perfect finish from Leicester. How are you supposed to defend that? Freaking curled box. Okazaki just did our defender, and it's 4 for Leicester. Well, there is a full-time whistle. 4-0. Leicester beat us on our home turf. An embarrassing showing from the team. An embarrassing showing from the manager. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's media reports coming out in the paper. Speculation that the manager might lose their job. I wouldn't be surprised if that comes out. But in the next episode, I'll be addressing that. And hopefully we can round out the transfer window with some new signings. If you guys did enjoy this episode, Do me a favor, leave a like down below, subscribe if you're new around here. Until the next episode, this has been FlickFi. I'll be talking to y'all again soon.